it's the way.
We wanted men.
I titled, but I should have titled it better. I didn't know it was going to be like Run With It. But we're on our way to Warner Robins. We're meeting up with a bunch of the guys from all over the world, all over Georgia.
All over the world.
All over the world. All over Georgia for the to help us start expanding the Georgia Alliance. And there's a big old wreck on 75, so it'll be awesome. It'll be a great drive. Jason, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing well. Can't wait to get down there.
Yeah.
Because I don't like sitting in traffic.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's the best.
Oh, it's road work at Cumberland. That's what it is.
Oh, 3 left lanes closed. It's probably just a bridge that they're closing everything.
Yeah.
They're doing bridge work probably, and they're closing lanes down, so everybody has to move over. And the alternative is 285.
Right, well, not this far up. But anywho. Jason, how's your week been going?
Picked up a lot of stuff this week.
Uh-oh.
How about you?
The only thing, what did I pick up? I think the only thing I picked up was some Back to the Future stuff.
Yeah. I got a little...
I picked up, my wife messaged me because Playmobil put all their Back to the Future stuff on sale on Amazon. And I picked up the 1985, the truck, Marty's pickup truck, the Playmobil truck, which... they wanted $50 for it originally, and I would have been pissed if I paid $50 for it because I'm kind of aggravated. I paid $30 because there's not that much to it, but it is what it is.
You also picked up a hoverboard.
I did. I did not get that hoverboard because
I thought you ordered it online.
No, I didn't order it yet. I probably should need to, but oh crap, I need to get it now just subsided when I found out that it's just a Halloween costume.
Yeah, so there was a Matty Collector like in 2015, which was like Mattel's version of HasLab. They did one for the hoverboard. It was $130, and they made a bunch of videos. Even Bob Gale, the screenwriter for Back to the Future, was involved with the promo videos, marketing videos, and they really sold it. And I can't remember what they promised with the decals, but they said it was going to be painted, not decals, but it ended up being decals. There's a whole bunch of things that people were not happy with. I wasn't happy that going back to the decals, the foil, there's like a foil cut looking holographic thing on it, and it ended up being a decal, but they promised it would be something else. I don't remember if it was real metal or something, but anyways, long story short, you sent that photo of the hoverboard for $60, and I was a little like freaked out that the price value of that thing had dropped, but I didn't realize that there was a Halloween costume version of it.
Right, that's what I thought it was when I saw it. Was the one like you had, and I was like, shoot, it's $60. I need to jump on this. But then you realize that because I'd messaged our buddy Ted from Force of Course, who lives up in Cincinnati, and I'm like, dude, you got to go pick this up for me. And then with the three of us, actually, you had found it.
Yeah.
On eBay for like $100. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll pay $60 for it. And then I did a little bit more research and found it on a Halloween site for the same price the toy store wanted it at. So I've just, I've learned that I need to calm down when I see stuff, because normally when I buy stuff in a huff, it's normally not a good deal. And that would have not been a good deal.
Yeah. So that Matty Collector one is anywhere between $200 and $500 now.
Right.
So I'm just sitting in a box right now in the garage, just waiting for the right place to put it.
Exactly. So it's cool. That's what I thought it was, and I would have loved to have had one, but I'm not going to buy. When it comes down to it being a Halloween costume, I think it kind of cheapens stuff like that for me, and I just would rather not have it.
Yeah. Well, I got my vintage collection. Was that it for you?
I think that's it, yeah.
I did get my vintage collection Dark Trooper. That came this week, along with Entertainment Earth, they had a bunch of those Walmart exclusive vintage collection figures, and I put in an order for those because my Walmart versions came in crushed. So this week I got the Death Star Gunner, I think.
Uh-huh.
So it looks really nice and clean. I'm very happy with Entertainment Earth. So I got that. Was this an accident on the other side that's slowing us all down?
I love rubberneckers.
Rubberneckers. And then I also got, like I mentioned last week, that my Yoda Jedi Starfighter for the Micro Galaxy Squadron was coming in with a chase bundle, a blind box. And I opened up my blind box and I messaged you and I'm like, are we sure that Obi-Wan Kenobi is a chase? Because I've opened 2 of those for Series 2 and they've both been the chases and it just seemed too easy.
I'm pretty sure that one's a chase because they keep saying about an Obi-Wan Kenobi and that's the only Obi-Wan, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the chase. It just was... I couldn't believe my luck.
Yeah, your luck's changed on those because I think it's the R2, the Obi-Wan, and the Anakin that are the chase on those.
Yeah, so the Obi-Wan is equivalent to the Biker Scout with Grogu from Series 1. And then Anakin and R2 are equivalent to IG-11 and Cobb Vanth.
Yeah, so maybe you can parlay that into... Because you still need the IG-88, right?
No, I need the Grogu and the Biker Scout. So any listeners out there have an extra, let me know, and I'll gladly trade you.
Amen. Yeah, dude, I hope your luck's changed, because watch you open another one, and you'll get another third Obi-Wan. It's just the power of Obi-Wan, your love for Ewan McGregor, that's manifesting into
I guess
blind
so.
boxes.
I'm just getting all of them now. I'll have to market on those.
You love the market, yeah, market corner. Yeah, no, I'm right now just focusing on the prepping for the renovations because movers are going to show up tomorrow morning and move all my stuff into the basement, and yeah, it'll be a fun couple of months at my house. So I had to buy some bookshelves from Target because I was going to buy them from. As much as I love the bookshelves from IKEA, when you can go to Target and Walmart, I mean, they're definitely way lesser quality, but you can buy everything you need from Target and Walmart for what 1 or 2 bookshelves would cost you from IKEA. Somebody's smoking.
Yeah, it's always disconcerting when someone passes you on the highway, speeding past you, and all you smell is skunk. I don't think they have a skunk in the bed of that truck right there.
No.
What's this guy doing? He's tailgating him now.
Yeah, jeez. No, it's the dude in that car. It's the dude in the car that... Oh, crap. Wow, now they're road rage.
Road rage. Jeez. This is getting a little scary.
Freaking road rage on the podcast.
So the guy that smells like a skunk, someone came out behind him and was changing lanes and got like right behind him. And then that person that got behind the truck moved over another lane, and the skunk guy pulled out in front of him like, no, you're not going to pass me, and then took off. So who knows what's going on. Welcome to Atlanta.
Where the players play.
Yeah, Miami's worse, but this is, that was a little scary.
Yeah, Atlanta, you can take your life into your hands when you get on some of these roadways. But,
come and visit us.
Yes. But anyway, long story short, even though IKEA stuff's way better than Target and Walmart, I just can't spend the money when you can buy a bookshelf from Target and Walmart for $25, 25 and 30, and it costs 70 and 100 from IKEA. Once it's up, nobody can tell the difference. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, I would. It would drive me nuts if there was a difference in the bookcases. So, like in the hallway, they're all white, and that's fine. And that actually helps with the micro machines because it helps. If it was all black, the black would just swallow out the small figures, and that's fine. Inside the room, everything's black. All the IKEA ones are together. There's one that's not IKEA, but it is black, and it's not connected to everything. So if it was all together and there was like, that's IKEA, that's Walmart, that's, like if they were together, it would drive me bonkers.
Yeah. I learned that I like the white shelves better. They don't look as good as the black shelves, but you see everything on the white shelves. So I've made the move. But first time I did it, first couple of shelves I bought were all black and they're all lumped together. But then ever since then, once I bought my first white shelf or started putting stuff on white, I was like, yeah, it's white from here on
out. Is this where the traffic was?
Yes.
This is Cumberland.
Yeah.
There's really nothing.
I thought there was a big accident somewhere.
Well, we just passed it.
Oh, no, I think it was one further. But yeah.
Lovely. But then this morning before we took off here, I stopped at Target to see what they had. There's a rumor that on Sunday, January 8th, they're doing a reset for the toys. So they're clearancing out a lot of stuff.
There's no rumor. I could tell they're getting to do a major reset at Target.
Well, I mean, there's nothing official saying it. So, yeah, I'm sure it's happening anyways. We're slicing hairs.
Right.
But it's a little disconcerting. There's a worker in the road, and he was just like on the ground working, like 5 feet from where cars are just flying by, and it just put a little alarm in the back of my head. But I get to Target this morning, and there's 2 of those new LAAT custom painted vehicles from Micro Galaxy Squadron. One of them has, and I didn't know this until like yesterday, one has a monkey lizard on the side.
Yeah, and you and those monkey lizards.
And he's holding like a bomb, like he's dropping it.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's pretty hilarious. So I picked that up. And those were supposed to be $40. And I don't know if Target just hasn't updated their system. Because this came up as 30. And so I grabbed that before it went to 40. And then they also had the Plo Koon one, which is blue. It's got Plo Koon's face on the side of the vehicle, and 2 phase 1 clone troopers flanking it. So I grabbed that as well. But they're pretty cool.
Yeah, like we talked last time. I was excited. I'm excited to see those. I'm waiting to see if they do other ones. I wish they do, like, if they did a Wampa one, I'd be all over it. But why would they do a Wampa one? Wouldn't make sense, would it?
No, and I would imagine they're doing stuff in canon.
Yeah.
And the vehicles that I probably bought today were probably in the background of one episode of the Clone Wars that Micro Galaxy Squadron Jazzwares just jumped on to make.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people complain about those because the top guns, the guns on the very top of the figure of the thing, are longer than the ones on the cartoon. But I haven't noticed. I mean, it doesn't bother me, but I guess if you watch the cartoon enough, it would. Does it bother you?
No. I'm good. But I did notice, so each Micro Galaxy Squadron is numbered. Just like Black Series figures are numbered. And these both shared the same number. So it's almost like they're all variants of the same vehicle. Like they don't have, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're all the same number. Which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. Maybe that's the way they're thinking of it. Or maybe they just don't want to do more boxes. I don't know.
I don't know either. It's kind of a quiet week in Star Wars. There's not a lot of news.
Yeah.
There's no Hasbro reveals lately. We just finished up with the holidays, so I'm sure everyone's just trying to figure out what they're going to do in 2023. So there's nothing there. There's not much for rumors or things like that.
Yeah, no, the only thing I saw Hasbro-wise was, one of the Comic-Cons, I guess CES is happening this weekend, and they were going to have like a selfie experience there so you can make your selfie figure, but that's about it. And I think they're doing one of their post-cons or whatever for Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there was an Indiana Jones live stream, but Indiana Jones hasn't really done well.
Really?
Even in Lego form.
Huh.
It's short-lived. So we'll see how this goes. I hope it's good. I hope they get to the Indiana Jones from Temple of Doom.
You just want your sexy Indy, don't you?
I do, with the bridge. With Short Round. So Short Round can say, "Hold on, lady. We're going for a ride."
You and your ripped up Harrison Ford.
There's nothing wrong with that.
He's a sexy man.
He's a sexy man. But I think Ewan's sexier. Anyways, I'm just joking.
Are you watching whatever that Yellowstone thing he's doing just
No,
because he's in it?
no. I never got into that universe, that multiverse, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, that's like me and Gillian Anderson. Will watch. Well, I haven't watched The Crown because she's not really like sexy Gillian Anderson. But whenever she's sexy Gillian Anderson, I will watch whatever she's on. So anyway.
So what are your expectations for today going down to Macon?
I want to see some cool toys. I want to hang out with some cool people. I'd like to grow the club down that way. I'd like that, or that idea to be successful. I think it is. I think the Macon chapter, the Central Georgia chapter, I think will be a little bit more successful than the South chapter, just because I think we've got a better foothold right now. I think the South chapter will do good. Don't get me wrong, but I think the middle chapter has got a better foothold right now. But yeah, I just like to see that whole thing grow, and see do some good in the hobby.
Yeah, I'm hoping to meet someone new, someone I haven't met before. Hopefully, someone comes out for their first meetup here. That would be cool too, to help people get connected, and I guess that's build the community, like you're saying. Yeah,
exactly. I'm hoping the one that Jerry's going to do in South Georgia, we can maybe hook up with some North Florida people, so that we could be like dual states or something. But I just want to do some good. I want to you got to leave a legacy,
A legacy.
Or make a good imprint on the community, I guess, is better than a legacy. I don't know.
Just make positive waves.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Don't make negative ones.
Yeah.
But and new toy shops, I guess we're going to, or comic book shops.
2 new toy shops. I'm excited about those. It's always fun.
I brought my phone, which is what I use to make my YouTube videos, but I'm looking forward to making a video because I haven't done that in quite some time.
Yeah, maybe we can interview some people.
Yeah, that'd be great. Hopefully, the next thing you hear before we sign off here in just a few minutes is some interviews with like Tony Harmon and I don't know, Chad and Orion.
Yeah. I want to have a good hangout, man. You need that fix, I guess, because you get so used to doing it, and then it's like you get that once a month, man. You need your Star Wars fix. Hang out with your buddies.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we're gonna go to Macon now and talk to people. We'll see. I don't know. Be flexible. Let's see what happens next. Okay, let's go. Hopefully, the next thing you hear before we sign off here in just a few minutes is some interviews with like Tony Harmon and I don't know, Chad and Orion.
Yeah. I want to have a good hangout, man. You need that fix, I guess, because you get so used to doing it, and then it's like you get that once a month, man. You need your Star Wars fix. Hang out with your buddies.
Yeah. All right, so I guess we're gonna go to Macon now and talk to people. We'll see. I don't know. Be flexible. Let's see what happens next. Okay, let's go. Stopped inside of what is this place called? Old Time Country Buffet. We just ate. I'm sitting next to Orion and his son, and we're about to do door prizes. But Tony Harmon's going to talk a little bit about his story, his Star Wars collecting story. So we'll get into that here.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. And I want to thank you all for coming to this first Middle Region meeting of the Georgia Alliance of Star Wars Collectors. Woohoo! And kind of our plan today, we've eaten good food, and now we're going to just talk a little bit about the origin of the club and how it got started and everything, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the actual Middle Region and where do we go from here. And so I'm going to ask if any of the guys want to come forward and just share. Do one of you all who wants to share the origin of the club? Glenn.
Oh, all right. And you give me my microphone back.
Yeah.
All right. So it was not. It was 2017, right after Celebration in Orlando. that myself and two friends had decided to start the club because we were like, we got to bring what happened in Orlando back to Atlanta, and took probably 6 months, maybe 3 months. We thought it would take about 6 to get it started, and within 3, we're having a meetup. So it just kind of blew up, and that was 5 years ago, right? And then Narayan came on soon after that.
Second or third meetup.
Yeah, Narayan had came in and has become a really, really big asset to the club. And then Jerry or Randy, depending on how you know him. Yeah, depending on what day. He moved down to Valdosta, and then we thought of the club, expanding the club from, because Tony would drive 2 hours to a meetup, and consistently, right. So Jerry had come up with the idea of let's spread this out, and let's have one in the middle, let's have one in, actually it started off within down south, and then it came into, mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's a lot of Ohio does it 2 or 3 different regions, so we decided to bring it down here, and that leads us to here. So that's pretty much it, right? I mean, it's not a whole lot. Yeah, it was just sort of a spark, and here we are 5 years later.
Okay. So what are some of the things that the group's doing now?
We do charity work. We've raised, $15,000? Was that the number I gave you, Jason?
Number you told me.
Yeah, $15,000 for CHOA. Over the last 5 years, we go to not meetups. We've gone to Atlanta and set up. We've gone to Nashville, set up. We've gone a couple of different conventions. And just do a lot of charity work. We do a summer and winter social. Summer's normally at Narayan's house because he's got a really nice pool. And is always gracious to host.
That's all he has.
Right, and he's got a hell of a collection. He's got a really, really awesome. He's got it all right. It's all right. If you like Boba Fett and Yoda and Luke's Jedi, it's not for yeah.
It's a nice pool.
Right, it's a nice pool. And then we do the winter social, which we've been rotating between Jason and I's house. This year, I think the plan is I'm going to host. We're about 20 minutes apart up in Kennesaw, Woodstock. And, have monthly meetups. We're going to start doing more stuff. We've decided to start doing more stuff like this where it's out in the open because we have had issues, but we realize how uncomfortable it is for new people to come to somebody's house. So that's sort of the plan for this year for the club is to do more neutral site meetups like this, so we can get more people break the ice.
Brian Shaw was been trying but he did want me to mention that for the summer he's talking about possibly doing something down in the southeast corner, down near St. Simon's.
That would be horrible.
Jekyll.
Beach meetup.
Exactly. I was a coastal summer meetup or something. I don't know, but he definitely wanted me to mention that because you guys here in the central part, you could get down there pretty realistically, I-16, and be there in a hop, skip, and a jump. So yeah, we might be seeing something like that going forward. I'll hopefully maybe work with him to get that going.
Yeah.
But
it's actually closer for us than going to Atlanta.
Yeah. Well, the thing with going from here to Atlanta is more the traffic than it is the actual distance.
Traffic was awesome this morning. What are you talking about?
You guys are sitting in the McDonough parking lot?
Yes, exactly.
It was the downtown Atlanta parking lot.
Right.
Yeah, I was driving back from the winter social. I couldn't believe how much had grown downtown at the connector since I moved last summer. I mean, it's just insane how much growth is going on there, and it's wow. So yeah, I'm glad to be out of the rat race, man.
Yeah.
How many of you are already in the Facebook group? I imagine you already all are, right?
Will wasn't until just a few minutes ago.
So you're all familiar with the structure of the group and not really? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. So we don't really have like a president, but the admin team is myself, Narayan, Jason, Jerry, Tony's moderator.
I mean, at this point,
moderator,
it really doesn't mean much.
It really doesn't.
We
mean
do all
much.
do the same job, and
Right.
we're just basically just managing the group and help plan things.
But I think that's part of our success too, is because nobody's really getting caught up in titles.
Right, exactly.
We all sort of just, and some folks carry more weight than they probably should. But everybody carries a little bit of weight, Everybody sort of helps out here and there.
Ryan's the swag king. I don't know.
He's the swag king.
The idea of the whole group is just to create a community and have engagement.
Yeah.
Right.
And the idea of creating the central and southern groups are essentially to increase engagement on
Right.
a local level, because this club just started off with like 5 to 10 members, just meeting up at Justin's restaurant.
Right.
And it has grown to this 1,000-member Facebook group. Of course, not all those people attend Meetup, but it's we've gone. I mean, I'm been pleased to see how even our summer social went from first year we held it maybe about 20, 25 people, and now it's 80, 90 people with families and children that are showing up. So we hosted a table at Celebration for the first time.
Yep.
Last year, we've gotten connection with all of the big national state groups. A lot of those people are members in our group as well. So
Brian's a good
actively
liaison
engaged.
for that, I think.
Yeah, and that's something that I tried to focus on early on, is just kind of increase our connections to Star Wars collectors throughout the country and throughout the world, because we've benefited from their advice and their help and their engagement in our group. And they've invited us to their events, they've come to our events, and it's just, we are involved, a lot of us are involved in virtual Zoom chats, especially over the last few years, and we've gotten to know people all over the country, and they've gotten to know our members, and we've gotten to know theirs. And so I always feel we're the Georgia group, because that's what we are locally, but we're really part of a bigger family of
Right.
collectors throughout the country and throughout the world, and it's been nice to see those relationships kind of grow and develop over the last 5 years.
Yeah. I like saying it's a national Star Wars club. We just happen to be the Georgia chapter. Because there's an Empire, there's an Hawaii, there's an Ohio, there's a Kentucky, there's is there a Florida? I don't know, but every state pretty much, or every region has a Star Wars club. We just happen to be the Georgia region.
Yeah, and we've done some amazing things for being the new kid on the block. I mean, I think the earliest groups Seattle are maybe 30, 35 years old now.
Wow.
And so I think Empire just celebrated its 10th anniversary. Ohio celebrated its 25th, I think, last year. So we're only 5 years old, and we're doing things that are comparable to some of those groups
Right.
in just 5 years. And I look forward to seeing where we go. I mean, and I think this is our first expansion, kind of in that time, to being more of a statewide group instead of being kind of more Atlanta-centric. Of course, everyone's welcome to come. It just happens to be that kind of the more active members have been in the Atlanta area. It never has been that we've always wanted it to be a full Georgia thing, and it's by creating these, I think, regions, it's helping to get more people engaged and involved.
Right.
So.
Because it has been instances where you're I can't make the trip, or and definitely, Jerry, you're 4 or 5 hours from us.
Yeah, well
Well,
down
from
there
it-
it's about 4 hours. So
Yeah.
a little over 4 hours.
So it seemed like the right time to be all right, let's do something, that we can. We're not always having to come up to Atlanta.
Yeah, and how far each chapter goes is all dependent on you guys here locally too, and how much engagement there is. And,
Right.
So which Saturday meetup is for Central Chapter? Is it
Right now we're
third
shooting
Saturday?
for the first, for the Central.
Yeah.
First Saturdays.
First
kind
Saturday,
of what we were
and then
working for.
Atlanta's second Saturday, and then waiting for third Saturday for the
Yeah.
Southern Chapter.
And then it'll be fluid because there's holidays and stuff.
Yeah.
You guys have the best of both worlds because you come down to the Southern Chapter meetings or go up to the Atlanta meetings too. So
Well, let's hear from the new guys that are here for the Central chapter today. Introduce yourselves. Tell us about yourselves. We're all friends here.
All right, well,
Wanna get to
Will.
know you.
Yeah, I'm Will, and I'm actually a member of the Macon Clones, the local Star Wars club here with Tony. And I mean, I've been collecting since the 80s. So I collect not just Star Wars stuff. I've got lots of like different franchises I do. And I don't really like focus on like I need to get the whole line of these figures or whatever. But I mostly focus on 1-to-1 scale movie props now. It's kind of what I do. So that's kind of my thing. But yeah, this is cool. I really
Making them or just
both.
buying them?
I make them. I buy them. Yeah, so that's cool. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited for
Yes,
this,
ma'am.
this whole new thing.
He's really good at movie stuff. He's done a lot of films and
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't want to, but you were like, you don't collect the vintage stuff or whatever. It doesn't really matter. That's the one thing we've really focused on. As long as it's Star Wars, we don't care where you fall in the line or what you have, because it's all Star Wars. It doesn't really matter.
Been together.
Whatever happened to Force God?
I don't know. Is it even still a?
It's still a thing.
So it sounds like you've got a good.
You got a good chemistry already.
Yeah. We got a group of people.
Nobody hangs out there. Old people walk.
I think our biggest.
Rebel scum
yeah.
and
It is.
Like I said, I don't think like our group has kind of expanded into a group of friends. We're probably not as like I was telling, like we was probably not as Star Wars centric as we once were. We're more a group. It's kind of funny because since we've known each other for 20 years, we started out all of us, well except for Will, but all of us were single. And
Just a bunch of guys.
and
We all have
then
families
now
and
we all
children
got
that are in
married
the
and had
club.
kids. So the whole dynamics changed and everything. So I was used to clubs, so that's kind of my story of why. And I'm still trying to figure out how I even found out about the Georgia Star Wars Alliance or whatever. I do think I was. I think I was at the second meeting that you all ever had.
Up in Justin's?
Yeah, at Justin's. I think I might have come to the same meeting that Narayan went to, because it was at his
At the bar.
place and it was outside. And it was kind of like this where people brought toys
Right.
and came.
And I didn't realize how important that was to starting the club until I'm hearing people's stories and inhibition, and for people how hard it was for people to go to people's houses.
Yes.
And that's why we want to do more open, neutral site meetings.
Always the most gregarious group.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody's can be real introverted, and it's hard to go to people's houses.
Well, and I in that meeting, actually it was, some of y'all may know Chad Walton, but he was a guy that came with me, and we went up there together to check it out to see what was going on, because we had heard about it, and so like I said, we loved it, and we started coming to trying to make the meetings, but it's like y'all were saying. Over time, it got kind of rough between the prices of gas and everything, But we've been able to. I have been able to consistently go here lately to Narayan's summer social and the Christmas party they do. I also, sometimes I've scheduled my trips or our vacations or things when we've done. If it's on a day where we're going to be in the area, we try to schedule it so that we can stop.
Right.
So we've done
You did that with Nashville that one time.
Yeah. And we did that for one about 3 or 4 months ago. We were able to schedule because my wife wanted to do the puppet museum, so I said, well, they're doing a Georgia Alliance meeting that same day. So we went.
I was a kid, 6, 7 years old, sitting there watching Star Wars originally. So, I mean, it's been part of my life ever since then. Kind of like Tony said, though, you hit that little age bracket in there where it was not so cool to be around Star Wars. Always still loved it. Went in the stores, saw Star Wars, and again, when the new stuff started coming out, the more modern, it was great to see Star Wars back on the shelf, and just kind of been collecting ever since. I mean, I still have some of my original toys from childhood, so it's kind of great to meet up with everybody here and kind of see that there's other people out there just like me.
Right.
So
a lot of you.
But really,
I was just like him.
That's G.I. Joe.
I think that one of the things that we've seen is that as our generation has come, into this new age group, we're the movers and shakers in things. Shows like Stranger Things. Those are that's our generation.
Absolutely.
Making those things. Kevin Feige's a big Star Wars collector. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
Undercover Star Wars collector, but
Like
a lot
Rick
of those-
Springfield.
yeah. So all of those people, they're now in positions of influence and social pop culture. So I think that's kind of part of it's not as positive anymore, or it doesn't have to be.
Well, I feel like the nostalgia from Stranger Things, really, everybody was like, oh. And then Stranger Things brings up Dungeons and Dragons, and everybody's like,
Yeah.
so, it was just different.
But that's what it comes back to. Who are we fooling? We're so old. We've been in this so long that it's come back around.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%.
And unfortunately, it's starting to be the 1990s now.
Exactly. It's passe at this point. Grunge is on the upswing.
Rebuying Chico's,
Coming back.
So I'm James. I collect a little bit of everything, but I'm really in a weird place now. I'm trying to focus. My big focus is G.I. Joe. I've completed the 82 to 2007 run. I'm trying to get all the way. I'm a completionist. It sucks. Comic books, got quite a few of those. Those are probably, but Star Wars for me. So I'm definitely 70s, 80s kid. Was really a Buck Rogers fan. Had the Buck Rogers Mego figures, But the first time I saw a Star Wars figure, a kid on the bus had it, and it was like the hooks were in. And then seeing the movies, 3PO is my favorite character. But so with my Star Wars, I do have a lot of my originals, and I've got a collection. I fell off with Star Wars around Power of the Force. At that point, I was hitting that, I shouldn't be buying toys, but I was secretly still buying a G.I. Joe. I was like, oh, hey, look at this. Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah. So if I could go back and get those when I saw them on clearance at KB or whatever, it'd be a miracle. But I have all of the original before that. That's my line, and a few ships. I went through a nasty little divorce, and I sold off a lot of my toys, and they all came back home in multiples. But I got rid of a lot of the ships and things. I kind of regret that, but yeah. So for me, I'm very active in a lot of Joe groups and in the Joe community. And what has helped me, and it's helped my collection too, is the fellowship. But I've actually been in these groups for a minute. Terry Stayer pointed me out to, and it got me in, but I haven't done anything. And wound up meeting Tony. It was really weird because I was scrolling Facebook, and he had the trash compactor monster for sale. And I stopped, and it said Cochran, Georgia. And I was like, he's the only other person, a lifelong friend that I know. I was like, who is this? So I reached out, and then we kind of come to know each other. So when he talked about bringing me in, I thought that's really awesome, because to me, the collecting is awesome, but going to the shows and spending a weekend with friends that I might not see once or twice a year, I love it. And so fellowship.
Well, and it's funny how you can be in rural Cochran, Georgia, where pretty much fishing and hunting is the only sport, and Georgia football, and then suddenly you're like, there are 3 guys that collect in the middle of rural Cochran, Georgia.
Yeah. Terry knew about this meeting? We have to make sure
He's in our group.
He's in the.
He used to host our meetings at his comic shop.
Yeah.
Years
Terry's
ago.
a good guy.
Yeah.
He's in the group. He's in
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he's working on a museum, right, in his house. So
His house is a museum.
Yeah.
It's the vintage toys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've known Terry for a long time. He was one of the
I would
original.
hope he gets involved here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of another one of those that's had children. He has a new baby and everything. So
Sure.
those kids.
They're eating into my collecting budget.
Buy your kids sporting equipment or buy your Star Wars figures.
What's great is like our kids, a bunch of guys, they're like 18, 19. And now it's like, you're on your own now.
Right.
I just keep spending my money on me now.
He just turned 16 Wednesday, so.
Yeah, you got a little.
I've got 11 and 7, so or now 8 now, 11 and 8, so I'm in the middle of.
Yep.
Can't do that.
No more.
I just buy them off with Hot Wheels at this point. It's like she would take my Transformers and turn them from robots and like ask me to give them in car mode. So it's like it's $1 at the store. Leave my stuff with it.
There you go.
Well, tell us your name.
I'm Jesse. I actually met up with those guys, particularly Glen, about 4 or 5 years ago, right when the start. I was moving from Tampa to Atlanta and saw them, so kind of went from there. I actually live in Colorado now, but my dad lives in Perry, so I'm out here a couple of times a year, so I wanted to kind of try and work to come to these groups, meetups and all, try to work that around seeing them and all. But I'll be frank, my focus is G.I. Joe and Transformers, Ninja Turtles a little bit as well, and some Jurassic Park. But I do love Star Wars. I'm actually that kind of weird generation where I was too young for the originals, but too old when the prequels came out. So I love Power of the Force too. Love the old Micro Machines, stuff like that. Collect everything on the vintage collection. That's the only one that I'm doing everything of. But try to focus outside of that on probably clones and Mandalorians and those. That's my story.
Okay.
Welcome back to Meetups.
Yeah, man.
It's good to see you.
Well, I want to just randomly be here, be like, where the hell did that guy come from?
Where did he go and where did he come from?
Yeah, I'm Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah.
Go back to my lovely 90s.
I was looking at the event page and I saw your post from like Christmas Eve saying you were going to be here, and I was like, "Oh my God,
He's coming from Colorado.
He's coming from Colorado to come to speak."
Well, I'll be honest, once my dad retires and moves out, probably never see me again. I don't know why.
We were neighbors for just a minute. You lived in Tucker before, you and I both moved away. But
That's right. I feel really bad because, particularly you talk about you would drive from here up to Atlanta, and then when I lived in Fourth Ward, I'd be like, it's in Lawrenceville, I'm not going that far. So I feel a little guilt shame on that at the moment.
Tony.
Yeah, so bringing it back around, I'm Tony too.
Yes.
Tony Johnson, in the group. I'm originally from Perry. I live in Athens now. Most of my Star Wars collection was bought down the road at the house in Lake Mall. The Playland, I think is what the place was.
You guys had a Playland here?
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was somewhere.
I think it was a Playland.
Was it a
Playland.
Playland? It was across from the.
I can tell you the whole history of it.
Cut him off.
Yeah, so I've been collecting Star Wars. I collected it for several years. I went back in during the Power of the Force 2. Kind of got over it and really didn't start back hardcore collecting until about 2017 around the 40th anniversary. They enticed me with the Black Series card collectors. And then I guess I met up with the group 2018 or 2019 Toyland. I can't remember which year it was. It's whatever the panel was with Tim.
Yeah. That would have been
By 2018.
Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, so I guess I met up with y'all then, and I kind of got into the group. I was collecting, solo collecting for about a year, and then I kind of met up with y'all. And mostly I do vintage, but I also do modern and Black Series. Trying to transition into vintage collection. Also do turtles and whatever strikes my fancy. Had a mystery Popeye box show up the other day that I completely forgot about, so I guess I collect Popeye figures.
Tony, another thing. I don't know if you're finished. Or you, please. I was just saying, Tony also hosts a Saturday night chat weekly.
Which I completely forgot about until you just mentioned it. I'm not sure if that's happening tonight.
I mean, there's much of us on it. I try to join whenever I can, but it's people from all over the country. It's a good way to get to know your fellow collectors from all over. We're all pretty nice guys. We're just kind of shooting the shit while we're talking, whatever we are or it doesn't have to be even a Star Wars topic. But it's been a great way to get to know people from everywhere. I know quite a few, and it's open to everybody. So we usually post a link in our group, so feel free to join.
Yeah, I guess in 2020, the New York group originally started a late chat, where they would open it up and people would be on all night. And then
we had a Georgia chat.
Justin started a chat that was much more conveniently started at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
This is during COVID, so it was a way for us to keep us all connected.
So yeah, you could transition from that chat to the New York chat and basically burn an entire Saturday.
Hawaii chat. Yeah. Jesse's on there a lot too.
We'll just keep going until my kids are older. A couple of things. You mentioned something. Tony mentioned something. Do not forget about, if you've never been to Toy Atlanta, it's going to be March 24th through the 26th. Yeah. I am very excited because if any of y'all are familiar with the Four Horsemen, they are the ones that do Mythic Legions. Yep. And I've been told that whenever they come to a show, they bring all kinds of old Mythic Legion figures. And if you know anything about Mythic Legion figures, those things go for double or triple the price. And so it will be your opportunity to buy
nice.
figures.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty good show.
Yeah. But those are the guys that used to work for McFarlane Toys, but they also they did the Motu Classics, if you're familiar with Motu Classics. Yeah. And they do Mythic Legions now, so I was really excited about that. But there's a ton, if you've not been there, there's a ton of collectibles and things there, and it's a good show to go to.
Based on the Mythic Legion's presence last year without them there, you pretty much knit to try and get something for them.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be a big one.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my buddies actually stopped, so what you said about they bring a lot of old stuff. Yeah. He has confirmed they have like a huge warehouse of like the old stuff. So he just uses his employee discounts and doesn't trade for stuff he's looking for.
Yeah, it is cool. If you've never had Mythic Legions, those are pretty awesome. So.
And also first Saturday in February, you got the Retroville Toy Swap. Oh, there too.
Yeah,
I think I saw you there.
I've been there.
Yeah, because I went for the first time, not the December one before, with a buddy. Because I recognize now, I remember. Yeah. But yeah, and it didn't. Of course, December got canceled.
And we've got quite a few of those guys are on the page. I don't know if y'all see them. Peter Santar's on there. He was the head of Boys Toys with Kenner during the heyday. If you've seen the movie Plastic Galaxy, he's the
Steve
one.
Geddes as well.
Yeah, Steve Geddes.
Nancy Flanagan. Those are all Kenner sculptors.
Yeah.
They're in our group. So we've got a lot of contacts, and we met with those people over the years. So it wouldn't be impossible to get them to come to these things. So. It'd be nice to have some financial help from Toylanta because they'd be benefiting themselves.
Exactly.
But if they don't want to help us, it's kind of hard. Yeah. We're not like this group that's got all this money to put up everybody here. So anyway, so just look forward to that coming.
Well, one other thing, after this is over, we are going to be moving the toy swap. Since we were saying the way that we're just going to meet over here, you can pull up your vehicle, get out your tub. If you've got multiple tubs, bring those. We'll hang out and we'll move.
Find the empty area of the parking lot.
Find the empty area, hang out for a little while. I did post if you go to the event page I did post some addresses for this area. Here's the kind of the 411. The Dragon Slayer one is probably the best as far as vintage toys goes. You were saying the one comic book store, the other one, the Fanboys, is more comics with a few more modern type collectibles, but the Dragon Slayer is more vintage toys and things and just a hodgepodge of stuff. So if you're looking,
y'all know if Comics Plus has gotten rid of all their
Yeah,
Yeah.
rid of them. They moved to a different location downtown and shrunk, and I was just in there the other day. It's mostly modern stuff.
It's kind of gone. Well, it's not as good. I'll just say that as it was.
So I wanted to have a phone booth in there from Bill and Ted. I want to buy.
A vintage phone booth open? Is it open? Yeah. How much she's wanting for it?
Yeah, 1,000.
They were doing
Okay.
It's not quite exact, so I was like, because I'm kind of like a snob about it. It's got to be exactly like that one.
Oh, it's probably like
Just
a
so you guys know, like a Superman phone
He's got
booth.
the premier pre-production line for
like all
Bill and Ted.
prototypes.
Oh, awesome.
I have like
He's got
hard
like
copies.
7 of the 8 hard copies that are
Nice.
resistant. So.
Right.
Love it.
All right, we're going to do our door prizes, and then, like I said, we'll dismiss.
There's that preacher in you, Tony.
Yeah, there you go. This is your reward for coming out. I forgot to, if you're at church tomorrow, you'll receive extra tickets. Just kidding. Just kidding. So anyway, this is thank you all again for coming out. And we've got some things that have been donated from different people. And so the way this is going to work is when you get to pick something from this section, you're not allowed to pick from this section. This is the stuff you want to buy later. That's for me. So, all right, so let's go ahead and
Let's see. I'm 512.
you got your card. 515. You've got 515 for their last. I'm just going to call the last 3 numbers. 515. Somebody's got to have 515.
513.
You have 515. You want to pick something?
Not into collecting.
Or do you?
Sure, I guess. I'm gonna start passing around the free stuff.
Oh, there is swag.
Eat it.
Any one of these.
Any of on this table. Oh. This table right there.
Nice. Everybody needs one of these.
Hello there.
Hello there. Hello, my friend.
So what did you get? Super. All right.
Okay.
You got him,
Ryan's the swag king. He's got all the swag.
This is all swag from previous meetups. Feel free to take them.
So we got a first order flame.
I think I have one of those. Keep
How
it
many
passing.
prizes do we have? Just keep going until we're gone. Or until everybody's got something. All right. 511.
Dang it. I'm 512.
Oh, that's me. All right, you get to pick something. Want to do?
I think we all win something. We all win something unless we get G.I. Joe,
Yeah.
Everybody's got to get
in which we lose.
Most people are going to get something. Trust me.
It's trivia. It's fun. Here. There's another button.
If you notice, we have very few vintage collection prizes because, we want to get rid of all that black series. Nobody likes that line. Vintage collection.
Yeah. TVC all the way.
Yeah, you can try it. I'll just put it back.
IG-11.
All right. Our next one is 507.
507, which is one before Glen, is 508. Tony's won. Tony won that one, and now he's going to go pick up. He's making his way over to the prize table, and Tony's picking up, let's see, choices. He's picking up a TVC. He's got the Hoth Rebel Trooper. Yeah. Yep.
All right. 512.
That's me.
Yay!
You don't have to clap. You didn't clap for everyone else.
Sorry. You've just been like, I want to win.
I win. Should I go with Finn? Ray?
You're going for the lowest priced Black Series figure, right?
I'll take this one. Because I already have one open, so nice display. Yep. So I picked up a Rebel Soldier Black Series.
510.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you all. So James just won. He's going over to the prize table. And he's picking up a G.I. Joe item. Yo, Joe.
Definitely not going on the Black Series, right?
That's number 1 in the G.I. Joe line, Roadblock.
I hope so, because I need that.
513. And Orion just won? And he's looking over things. So
You can have the bag if you want.
Jedi Luke. He just picked up a Target exclusive Jedi Luke with the Emperor and Royal Guard. It's from the Last Jedi line. Jerry just picked up what's his name?
Quill.
Quill. Sorry. Just snapped at me. Quill.
509.
You're better with names than I am, Jason.
I know. It's shocking.
I'll probably just pick for him. Oh yeah, I'll take Cassian.
Were there 2 tickets left?
There are, yep. I think everybody's going to get something.
Yeah.
508.
Yay!
Glenn just won. And he's going with,
I'll take Ray.
he's taking Ray home.
Your own bag?
Yes, I am.
One left.
And so the last one is Finn.
Which one is that?
Finn.
506.
You can keep it.
So Jesse won, and Jesse decided to put it back in the pile. He doesn't want that.
Well, that's pretty cool. Everybody won something. All right.
So we're outside of the Old Time Country Buffet, and Tony has a correction from a couple weeks ago regarding Dorkside, and I think it's more of a clarification.
Yeah, definitely more of a clarification. Dorkside didn't pre-charge if you used a credit card, only PayPal.
It's only the people that paid with PayPal lost out money.
Dorkside also offered store credit for people who had paid for PayPal. So a lot of people lost money just because Dorkside didn't have a lot of stock at the end, but you could have gotten stuff.
Okay. So there's the clarification. I'm trying to be fair.
Yeah.
You were saying it was another company that really messed people up.
Yeah, there was another smaller store that recently went out of business that was pure PayPal, and apparently a lot of people have lost money on that one.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. Thank you, Tony, for that correction. This is a hot minute with Tony. Signing out. All right, we're back in the car. I don't know if any of that made any sense because it was just from a distance. So we'll have to find a narrative to cut together. Do you need directions?
Yes, I need directions.
We're about to head towards a comic book and toy shop called
Starting route to
Dragon Slayer.
Pineville Avenue. Proceed to Galleria Mall Drive.
So go back out
then
that
take
way.
a slight right turn.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was good. It was been a long time since I've been to like a old school country buffet type thing.
Yeah.
But
it was country.
Oh my goodness!
It's your
was
brisket and your fried chicken, your fried okra.
Did they have brisket? I don't remember seeing brisket.
That's what I ate, was the brisket. Or maybe I had cut ribs. I don't know what I had.
It was all good.
I had a fried barbecued meat of some sort.
I don't know, but they had that gravy that you were just like, dude, there's meat in the gravy. I came back around and it looked like somebody put like chicken fingers or something in the gravy.
Yeah, the gravy had crusties around it, and I'm like, I don't know how long this has been sitting out. Gravy's not supposed to have crust attached to it, so I opted out of the gravy. However, got to meet a lot of good people.
Yes.
James, Mike, and Will.
Turn right onto Watson Boulevard.
Yeah.
And Tony was there, Tony Harmon, who kind of put this together. He did.
He did. And
Tony Johnson, Orion came down.
In 3.3 miles, turn right to merge onto I-75 north toward Macon.
Kiati Randy came up. Jerry came up. It was a good time.
yeah, it was an awesome time.
And then we went out to the parking lot, opened up our trunks, and everybody bought something, and we were trying to sell it to each other. But the problem is, the stuff that I have to sell, I brought to every other meetup, and nobody needs it.
Right, that's why I didn't bring anything, because I traded all my stuff to Toy Department in Cincinnati a while back. So
I did buy Black Series Stormtrooper to go in that 3D printed cantina, so now there's not a lone Stormtrooper in there.
and he's going to open it, so that's even more awesome for Jason.
the
Yeah.
open stuff. Well, just it's gonna
Take 75 north.
The thing's gonna feedback, so be careful. Not feedback, but you get a.
Oh.
Yeah.
That thing.
Anyhow. Yeah. Blah 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 blah.
You talked to Mike for a while.
I did. We talked about Rebels and that Star Wars glass that I got ripped off on, and
What did he say about that?
he was just asking questions about it if I ever figured out what was wrong, what was up with it, and I never did any more work on it, so I just don't know.
Just an interesting piece.
It's an interesting piece that I paid like double what I should have for it, but oh well. And we talked about Galactic Heroes. He wanted to know how many I had and all that stuff. Just a good conversation.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah, did you I didn't pick. Yeah, I think the only thing that I saw that I might want would be your Bo-Katan, just because for some reason I want to buy like a Bo-Katan and piss people off and put it in my Slave 1, my vintage collection Slave 1.
Why would you do that?
Why? Just to piss people off.
Oh.
Or confuse people.
Yeah, I'm very confused right now.
Yeah,
it doesn't
why?
make me mad. I'm just like, what? Why?
Because why not? I think it'd make, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, or I could put, what's her face in it? Finnick Shan.
Fennec. That'd make more sense.
Yeah. But then that's what everybody does, so why would I want to do something that makes sense?
So off we go to this toy store, and we'll pick it up from there.
Yeah, hopefully there's some cool stuff, because I got money to burn.
All right.
All right, so we just got done with Dragon Slayer. Retro shop, I guess, or toy shop in wonderful, where are we at? Macon?
Macon or Vineville? I'm not sure.
Yeah, somewhere down here. It's a dude I've seen a lot. He comes up and runs the Atlanta toy circuit, so I've seen him at Toylanta and stuff. A cool little shop, a little junky shop, just like I like them. I would have liked to maybe seen a little bit more organization to it, but truthfully, it's just a little junky toy shop. I thought his prices were. What did you think? I got a piece of art for my wife, and ET art. So I don't canvas as because we walked to. There's a retro video game store right next door, and then as we were walking back to the car, there was a ET original ET canvas on his window. So he was only wanting like $30 for it, so I couldn't pass that up. And because you know how I am for original artwork, but yeah, that's about. Hey, what did you think of the store, Jason?
I thought it was good. Like you're saying, like stuff was just everywhere. Star Wars was pretty much in one section, but it was also in other sections, so it was a little kind of hectic, I would say.
Yeah, it was definitely hectic. The coolest thing I saw was some of the Max Force, or what's that, Robo Force, the old school figures that had the suction cups on them. They rebooted them in like the 2020s or recently. They had some of those I thought were interesting, but I don't know if I'd have paid $60 for them. But that's what they go for. He had a fair price on them, I thought.
He had a mini Micro Machine. I had given up on the Star Wars section, the loose stuff, and then I saw this little glimmer of gold, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's got to be Power of the Force something. So I picked it up, and it was a Micro Machine, the mini transforming playset heads, just a little bit bigger, maybe like a $50 size. And it was C-3PO, which was a mail-away exclusive, and those are usually like the $80 to $70 range, and this was it had a little ding on it, but it was for $30. I don't have it. It's not something you can just walk into a toy shop and have. Those are kind of difficult to come by, so I grabbed that, and I'm very happy with that.
Cool. Did you see the other head they had? They had a couple of them.
Yeah, they had the sand person, but I have the sand person.
Okay.
I think I have two of them. I think I have my brother's too.
Yeah, he had some good prices on, I thought, his vintage stuff. He had a in-the-box Jedi Force that was it was big, but they were wanting like $100 for it, and he would want me to, it was like, make me an offer, and I just didn't want it bad enough. It was all right. I'm running out of room, so a piece that big, I had no clue where it would have gone.
Yeah. It was definitely cool.
Yeah.
It's a nice box too.
Yeah, I mean, it was a cool shop, a little hectic, like Jason said, but it was sort of the good kind of hectic. You go into a lot of these shops and they're pristine, and it's nice to see a junky one every now and again.
And then we went next door to Retro Raven, which is a video game place, and they had a bunch of graded video games. But they had a Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, Collector's Edition, Nintendo 64 game. And I said, "Can I see that?" And he says, "Yeah." And he hands it to me. He's like, $500. I'm like, "What? I have that sitting on a shelf at home." I had no idea. And this didn't look like it was mint by any means. It was in a fair, good condition. Like, it wasn't beat up. Mine would be a little bit less quality, but it is all complete there. So I'm just kind of blown away at the cost of that guy.
Yeah, Retro Gaming's getting insane. They had a graded X-Files game that they wanted $200 for, but I thought it would have been cool to have for my X-Files collection, or what little X-Files I had. And then they had a Dreamcast, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater for Dreamcast that they were also wanting like $200 for. So, I mean, I thought, if you were really into video games, those would be kind of fun to have. But I don't know anything about graded video games, so it was a lot of money just to throw at it on a whim. But all in all, both shops are pretty cool. It's nice. I like when you have shops like that can feed off each other, that are right next to each other, because people are going hitting both stores, and it's nice to have a little bit of a community like that.
Yeah.
Right.
It was good. And thoughts on the day?
It was a fun day. It was a good. Sorry, my GPS is talking. It was a good lunch, good meetup. I hope to see good things. Tony do some good things down here. It seems like he's got a good base of guys, good core group that he can grow with. And if you've got a good 4 or 5 guys, you can do a lot with those 4 or 5 guys. It doesn't take much.
Or gals.
75 north for 58 miles.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to it coming back. This is, it's not a bad trip, a couple hours south. And like Tony said, he goes, now you see what I had to do every time I went up there. And I'm like, yep,
we get it.
Yeah,
like fun.
Yeah, we were like, this is why we made the trip, was, as a thank you for all the times you came up to
MVP.
Yeah, up to see us.
He's a club all-star for making the trip.
Yeah.
And Tony Johnson, I mean, he only has an hour and a half. Forget him.
Yeah, but he drives a couple of hours too from Athens. Maybe that'll be our next expansion, is Athens.
Let's go to Athens and visit Tony.
Right. Tony he's been begging us to come see his collection.
Yeah, he's asking for a meetup at his place, so maybe we'll do that.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Wink, wink, people.
Yeah, we're being facetious if you can't tell, because Tony's like, don't come to Athens and leave me alone if you do. Because he's like he plays Jenga every time he buys something new.
Yeah, he doesn't know where to put it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great day. I wish I had more time to hang with people. I say that, I hung a lot with, everybody, but I don't know. I guess my issue was that I was at the table that was the overflow table. It was just Narayan and I know Narayan, so I mean, it's always great to hang with Narayan, but not meet new people. I wasn't at the other tables meeting new people. That's where I'm trying to get to.
Yeah, it does. It was kind of cliquey, but just because like the guys from everybody that knew each other sat with each other.
Right.
But we got. I think after dinner, after lunch, when we were all hanging out in the parking lot,
that was fun.
Yeah, the ice broke.
The ice broke. We were hanging out, going from car to car, talking Star Wars.
Yeah, and having people look at us just like the old days. It's great.
Yeah, driving by. What are they doing? Can I buy?
Yeah. Hey man, can I get a 40 ounce? Can I get a dime bag?
They don't got that. What we have is much more expensive.
Exactly.
You want a layup blaster for $120?
A what? So all in all, it was a good day. Good way to spend a Saturday. A lot longer day than I was expecting, but I kind of knew it'd be a long day anyway, because it'll be 2 hours before we're home, so it'll be about 7 o'clock, and maybe I'll take Jason by Whataburger. I don't know. We'll see.
Is there one down here?
No, there's one up in Kennesaw.
That's too far.
Oh, you're gonna be hungry by then?
I'm gonna be hungry before then. I'm hungry now.
You're hungry. You didn't overeat like I did. I overate.
No, I'm not into country food. It was good food, don't get me wrong.
I don't know what it is, but when I go to a buffet, especially when I spend, it was like $15 for the buffet, which, you know, for a buffet is not bad with a drink. But so you walk in, and I'm like, okay, I want a water. She's like, you have to pay for water. I'm like, really? So they charge you $1 for water. And I'm like, if I'm going to pay him, get me a Pepsi. Or get me a Coke. She goes, how about Pepsi? I'm like, whatever, lady. So anyway, long story short, if I'm paying for that much for a meal, I try to get my money's worth. So I try to do like 2 plates and then a dessert and roll myself out of there. And I always feel like I have to eat fast, like it's a competition. Because I need to eat faster than everybody else, even though I know there's still going to be plenty of food to eat. But, so, yeah, we'll stop somewhere for some lunch or dinner or something.
Thank you for listening to Glen Eat Complaints.com / Okay.
Yeah. I'm trying. I thought you had more to add towards it, Jason.
I don't have anything to add to that. I'm not going to talk about my eating habits on a Star Wars podcast. That's not what they want to hear.
I'm sure everybody loves hearing about my eating habits.
Well, that explains the dumpster that was, or the bulldozer that was just pushing food into your mouth. I'm like, why is he eating so fast?
Yes.
Anyways, thank you for listening to the Smuggler's Galaxy podcast. If you could, please leave a like and a 5-star review of the show anywhere you listen to podcasts. If it's allowed, it helps us out and points people to our show. Follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Send us an email. Message us. We love feedback, and we'd love to make you part of our show. Our email address is smugglersgalaxy@gmail.com. Thank you to Alfonso Riviera for the Smuggler's Galaxy logo. And thank you to Levi Waterhouse for the music. Hasbro, re-release VC66. # vote with your wallet. Pass on what you've learned. Be a positive force in the collecting community. This is the way.
This is the way.